DreAllDay.com.
What's up, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. This week's motivation is a question. The question is, who exactly are you? And the reason I named it that for this week's motivation is because in order for you to reach the highest potential of yourself, whatever that potential may be, I don't know it. I don't know you. You know you better than anybody else knows you. You need to understand and internalize and start living exactly who you are as a person. A lot of us in life, as we get older and we grow in the world, because every day each one of us is getting older, we're experiencing new things, we're learning new things, we're thinking new thoughts. Sometimes we change who we are for circumstances. That might include people you hang with, the information that you take in, whether you're watching TV, reading certain books or magazines, watching certain videos on the internet, listening to certain people talk, the certain jobs that you work at, the certain schools you're in, the environments that you're in, the people that you hang around. We change who we are fundamentally sometimes in order to fit into certain situations. Or we change who we are because we might take in some information that tells us maybe this is better than this. So we change who we are. We try to change our character or change our personality or put on a false front in order to fit into certain things, or because we think changing to this is better than how we are naturally. The only way you're going to reach your highest potential is to figure out, to know exactly who you are as a person. Once you figured it out, you need to know and remember exactly who you are as a person, and you need to be that person. So if you're the type of person who is, I'm not even going to give an example of a certain type of way a person can be, because we're all different. All of us have to know exactly who we are as people. If you know you're the type of person who likes to, be quiet and not talk that much and observe and listen to people, but then you, for whatever reason, you start to think maybe I need to be more extroverted. Maybe I should be louder and talk more and try to be the life of the party. You'll find there's a struggle to be like that, because it's not your natural self. You'll find that there's a struggle for you to keep that energy up. You'll find that it doesn't feel natural to you, and you have a problem doing it. It's like an effort that you got to keep even trying it, because it's not your natural self. You're trying too hard to be something that you're not. Like, for example, if you look at a basketball team, you take a guy he plays the guard position. He's a natural scorer. He's a person who likes to score a bunch of points. But they put him at the point guard position, and the coach tries to tell him, all right, I don't want you to score so much. I want you to be a pass-first player. What happens? That player is going to struggle. Why? Because it's not his natural self. His natural self is to put the ball in the basket. But when you tell him, don't be a natural self, I want you to be this instead, he's going to struggle because he's trying to be something other than what he really is. And this is not about basketball. This is anything in life. If you're a type of person who likes to stay home on a Friday night and watch TV or read books, but then you decide, every Friday, Saturday night, I'm going to go out and go to the club and party and get drunk because that's what all the people around me are doing, or because I read some book that they said that's what the cool people do, or some people that I hang with told me something's wrong with me if I stay home and read books and watch TV, then it's not going to feel natural to you. You know that you're not being who you are. We call that fronting. Like you're putting on the front of being something different than what you truly are because of information you've taken in from the outside, whether it be your environment, the people you hang with, some information that you take in. So for you to reach your highest level, whatever that's going to be in your life, whatever vocation you decide to become a part of, whatever circles you hang in socially, whatever relationships you get into, whether it be romantic or friends or business or whatever, you have to understand exactly who you are. You can't be afraid of being who you are. That's the thing that a lot of adolescents, like you teenagers coming up, you get a lot of influence as you're coming up when you're young. Like every time you hear new information, you start questioning, like, damn, maybe I should start being like this because I just heard some new information from this guy or that person or this friend or that teacher or this movie or this TV show. And you have friends who might try to influence you. When you're in your teens, you're very prone to influence. You're prone to outside influence. You're prone to peer pressure. So if 5 of your friends say, we're going to do this, but it's not part of your natural self to do that, you might feel pressure to do it anyway because they're doing it. You have to understand at some point, the only way you're going to reach the highest potential of you, and that means right now. I'm not talking about when you're 50 years old or 35 or 21. I'm talking about right now, today, is that you have to be exactly who you are and stick to your guns of being exactly who you are. Anytime that you're faking who you are to be something else in order to fit in, is not going to feel right. Your instinct, your gut instinct is going to tell you it's not right. You just need to listen to it, and you already know before you even do it. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. Add a guaranteed 10 inches to your vertical, not a maybe 10 inches. A guaranteed 10 inches to your vertical. Go to DreAllDay.com/jump. Get the jump manual. When you get it, I'm going to give you 5 free pen books or any free DVD. All you got to do is email me the receipt. DreAllDay.com/jump.
This is Paul Hoover from the Pro Shot Shooting System. Work on your game.